Okay, this video has two clips. The first clip is something I'm making right now in the car. The second clip has a little bit of background noise, but there's very good points made. I assure you that it's worth watching. I hope that you watch it through. I'm being filmed right now. Let's see how this goes. Let's talk about what's on the screen real quickly, shall we? Okay, on the screen is a bunch of satanic activity, satanic organizations, the Catholics and the Protestants. I've connected in the past to the wordplay of Circe, right? Circe, the pagan deity, a witch. Okay, we talk about the minister and administering poison and drugs in the Western tradition of the pagan temples, who often had female prophets, prophetesses, whatever the word is, right? Female prophets, and they had oracles, quote unquote, where they would inhale various substances and they start talking crazy, and they would call that prophesying. So there was a long history of trying to be unfocused on purpose. That's why there's a lot of weird, unfocused people these days, because they descend from people who messed up their brain function on purpose, trying to pretend to represent the gods. We're the gods of ritual madness. Remember, Dionysus is young Zeus, where we get from the word Dios, right? Zeus, the All-Father, the Patre, and various epithets and words that are associated with Zeus, who's Baal, who's Satan, who's Setan. Okay, Jupiter, Jupiter. Okay. So we have all the sex scandals, right? Racist and rapist are connected. Racist and rapist are connected. There's no way around that. In fact, the word separate, I want you all to write this one down. This one's a very good one. This is a very good one. We see in the word separate, okay, that the word rapes, okay, if you write the word separate backwards, we get ETA, and rapes, ETA, estimated time of arrival, and rapes. That's one hell of a coincidence, or is it? The word together, right? To get her. To get her? Separate? Okay, so when you compartmentalize people, you're telling me it's to rape people? You sick? You know what's? How am I supposed to feel about this? If you were cultivating justice and looking for true love, okay, how would you feel about this? These people separate people and rape them. We'll say, well, that's just wordplay, guys. Come on, guys. Okay, then what's this on the screen that we see? And I have countless sources to my videos, over 10,000 by now, sources and references, citations. They raped in 7 decades in France well over 200,000 minors, raped and sexually molested. In the last 50 years, and that's just the Catholic Church, mind you. In the last 50 years, Catholic staff, okay, over 4,000 members of the Catholic Church, okay? I don't know, what does it say, priests? I'm not looking at it right now. It's priests or staff. Over 4,000 members, okay, in the last 50 years were said to be parts of sex scandals. That's an average of 80 a year. Now, if you had an average of 80 a year, people who are part of scandals, not to mention ones that were not reported, okay, don't you think you would pass some policy like, hey, don't hang out with the clergy after church because we have to protect, okay, all those children that are being molested? Why didn't they? Why didn't they lift a finger? Why are they accused of not doing enough and they still don't do enough? They say, we want this to stop and I'm passing a decree that you will be in trouble. That's not enough. That's not governance, especially when you have a holy institution. Is that doing God justice? God is the God of justice. You're not doing your congregation justice. You're not doing me justice. You're not doing God justice. Okay? Let me see the Protestants. The Protestants are shaking each other's hands, right? How many Protestants were Boy Scout leaders molesting little kids? How many Protestants were rapists and in pagan fraternities? Okay, the Ku Klux Klan is described as white Protestant extremists. Just like the people in church, they all should be given that label, even if they're not white, because they're in a white culture, they're whitewashed, they're victims of whiteness. Okay? For not giving my right to lead. White Protestant extremists who take the extreme stance of denying Jesus himself his right to lead. They have no viable counterargument. While they're in the midst of doing something wrong, while they've attached themselves to the sin of being part of misleader church movements and the bad fruit of the Klan churches, can they then turn around and say, I had a feeling while I was doing the wrong thing that I shouldn't follow you. And now I'm going to sing, Don't me now, my gay apparel, why kids are getting raped in the ass. Okay? And it's the continuity of Greco-Roman pederasty. Remember, Martin Luther was part of the Catholic Church, part of the tree of Catholicism. Did he cite kids getting raped as why he left? No. He was probably pushing kids. I might not have enough time to finish. I think I went over time already. So I'm going to just wrap this up here. You have Lacey Green saying Satanism is popular in American culture. Okay. Why are people acting weird? People are fucking Satanists. And they're conforming to a rape cult system. Scientific racism, eugenics, social Darwinism. Okay. Biodemographists. Right? Biology and demographics. White extremists in the white establishment who run the white power structure, okay, from the bottom to the top. And these people are fucking idiots, okay? There's like over 100 million people who are millionaires and billionaires in the world. Based on the number, there's over 22.5 millionaires and billionaires in America, so I'm guessing there's over 100 million millionaires and billionaires in the world, right? I think China, the UK, Germany, Russia, what have you, right? It might be a conservative estimate. We'll call it a conservative estimate, okay? That's like 1 in 80 people or better, okay? So they're not exactly the all-powerful warlord. They're a dime a dozen rich, fucking don't understand the parable of the rich fool bitch. You know what I'm saying? Not exactly husband material here. Okay? Fucking idiots. Selfish, careless, carefree, thoughtless, senseless. Okay? Dull, out of touch. Okay? Fucking buffoons. Elevated, ruffian trash. Okay? And they're cheating me out of my right to lead. They're cheating me out of having a life which is not persecuted when I'm the most righteous guy ever. When they split power with that many fucking people. It's like cheating me for a fucking piece of cherry pie. They should get slapped across the fucking face, stomped out, thrown off a fucking cliff, and flogged for their dead body, flogged for a half an hour, brought back up to the top of the cliff, and thrown off again. And I'm not saying you should do this, mind you. I'm doing that to emphasize how fucking dumb and evil and despicable they are and how stupid it is to date or marry them or follow them.